Hey, what's up? What's up, guys? It's Vanessa Terry here of Notary to Notary. What is going on? What is today? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. What is going on? Yes, I love the good vibes. I love the good vibes. I hope you guys are having an awesome and amazing Thursday. I hope you guys are finding success, happiness, time and financial freedom, all of the above. I hope you guys are super excited. I hope you had a great day. The day is not over, but if you're on Eastern Standard Time, it's about 5:45. You could still very well be building at this point. But if you finished up your signings for today or your general notary work or your regular work or whatever that is, or you're on, I hope you had a lot of success today. And I hope you guys had just a very fruitful, a very peaceful day. I have been working, building, and preparing for Atlanta. So tomorrow I will be hopping on a plane and headed to Hotlanta. Isn't that how they call it? Hotlanta. I will be, it's funny because only people that aren't from Atlanta call it Hotlanta. Because when I went down there before, I was like, oh, I'm going to call it Hotlanta. They're like, no, that's people that don't live in Atlanta call it Hotlanta. But that's fine. I will be headed to Atlanta tomorrow. I told you guys, even I have coaches. Okay, so I'm headed to the Eric Thomas conference, but I will be linking up with a few of my Notary to Notary students that are in Atlanta tomorrow. So it'll be really interesting. Shout out to my girl Monitra. She was like, she even offered to pick me up from the airport. I said, hold on now. But I'm really excited about that. And definitely just to meet up with some of the students out there to see how they're going, how things are going, so we can talk and, network and just, good vibes all the time. So I'm really excited about that. Andrea said, I'm out here still getting it. I absolutely love it. So I want to share something with you guys. It was a story that was told to me today, and I really feel like it motivated me, and I feel like it would motivate you guys. So I'm going to tell you this story, and then I'm going to tell you guys what we have going on with Notary to Notary. Okay, so first of all, hey y'all! Shout out to everybody who's on the live, who's having a great day today. My name is Vanessa Terry. If you didn't know, Notary to Notary, head trainer, founder, all that good stuff. And I teach anybody in the United States how to build successful notary signing agent businesses and how to build successful signing services. And so let's talk about it. So I went out today to get a few things, and I was talking to this wonderful, wonderful gentleman. He's awesome and amazing, and I loved his whole vibe, his whole spirit. Everything was just, I literally left out of that store beyond motivated. Okay, beyond motivated, beyond like, I said, I just want to come back here and just talk to you because his vibe was just amazing. And so he told me this story. I think I was in that store for about 2 hours. I'm not even kidding. We were just talking, and he told me this story, and I want to share with you guys. Okay, so and then I'm going to get into why I told you this story. So, okay, his father. Okay, so the story takes place in New York because I'm from New York. He's from New York. We're like, New York. And his father. So if you don't know, like, there's different areas in New York. There's like the Italians and like, different nationalities typically, or different not just nationalities, different like what do you call it, ethnic groups, or however you want to call it, have different areas of the city of New York. And so he's Italian, and he was just talking about how he grew up and things like that. And he was telling me that his father was a watchmaker. And I learned so much about watches today, first of all. And so he told me his father was a watchmaker, and he was saying that one of the greatest things that his father ever taught him, and he was telling me this story. And so his father makes watches, right? He fixes them. He actually worked part-time with a watch retailer, but he also had his own business fixing watches, and he fixed watches for, a number of jewelry stores throughout the city of New York. Okay. And so one day he was fixing a watch. And so when the watches were finished, he would put a yellow tag on them, and he would set them in this box and close them up. And that's how he would ship them out. And on the yellow tag would be the price for the watch, for fixing the watch. Okay, now this was years ago, so the prices are supposed to be extremely low because this was like what, 50 years ago ish. And so one day he called his son, who was the jeweler that I was meeting with today, and he said, son, come here, I want to show you something. And so his son came in the room, and he showed him this beautiful gold watch that he had just repaired. And it had the yellow tag on it. And he said, you see this? And the yellow tag was written on there, $30. Okay. It was written on there $30 for the repair. Okay. And he grabbed a pencil, he erased it, and then he wrote $50. And then he held the watch up to his son, and he said, why did I do that? And he said his son just sat there for a second, and he started thinking, trying to figure out why did he do that? And then he said, I don't know, Dad. Why did you do that? And his dad said, because I can. Let that sit there for you. And he said it was the best message he ever taught him. It was when he never forgot that message. And when he said that to me today, and was like, wow, it was just definitely a wow moment. And then he boxed up the watch and he sent it back to the jeweler. And the moral of the story was he was teaching him about being a business owner, about being in control of how much money you're able to make. And so he was teaching his son that as a business owner, as your owning your own thing, you can set whatever you want to charge. And so for him being able to say, I changed the price because I can, was just like an eye open, because when you work as an employee of someone else, you don't have that flexibility. You can't just change prices. Guess what? If you work at Kroger or Walmart or Target or wherever you work at, and something is listed for $25 and you change it in the register and say, actually, it's 40, to pocket the rest, you're going to jail. Okay. Or you're at least getting fired. Okay. So you can't just change prices when you feel like it. But when you own your own business, you can. And so it's basically teaching him, the importance of being able to be in charge of how you provide for yourself. And that's what he was really just, explaining to me. He was so proud of his father, and how hard he worked and how he was able to, maneuver, and how he learned sales and things like that. But that's what I really wanted to share that story with you guys, because a lot of you guys are in a situation where you are at the mercy of someone else, an employer, and you have to kind of abide by what they're saying. But being able to have a tool, a skill, a trade where you're able to set your own rates, where you're able to decide not only how you work, not only how much you get paid for your services, but also when you work. That's a freedom that a lot of people in America don't experience. The majority of people who live in America work in an employee-employer relationship where they're the employee. And yes, there will always be employees, but it doesn't mean that it has to be you. Okay. And I'm not telling you, if you love what you do and you love your job, then stay there. But if you're someone that is not happy doing what they're doing, or maybe you like what you're doing, but you're not getting paid what you want. We were talking about this in Empire Builders today, that you don't have to just take anything. I feel like a lot of us are trained to think that whatever is offered to us, that we have to accept it. And that's not the case. You literally are in control of what you choose to accept in life. And if you decide that, hey, this job or this, whatever it is, however much money that is that I'm making, this is what works for me and I want to accept that, then that's fine. But if you're being handed the short end of the stick, why do you keep accepting it? What is going on in your head? What's the story you're telling yourself? Empire Builders knows that. What's the story you're telling yourself? Listen, Level Up Like Blue Shirt Guy. Listen before I go see that movie again. Okay. But what's the story you're telling yourself that's letting you remain somewhere where you're not happy, or where you're not paid enough, where you're struggling, where you have more month than money? Like, what is it that is allowing you to accept less than? And so it's just interesting how we choose to provide for ourselves. You know, what we set as limitations, what we decide is what we're worth, what we decide our time is worth, you know, and so and that's it was just I wanted to share that story with you. Blue shirt guy is from the movie Free Guy, and then we talked about that probably about 2 weeks ago after I saw the movie. So blue Free Guy's movie just came out in the movie theaters. Go watch it, but definitely when you watch it, watch it for the message behind it. It's not just a comedy. And I say that all the time. Most movies have messages in there they want to portray. And a lot of times, especially a movie like Free Guy, you might get caught up just in the comedy because he's hilarious. I can't think of his name, but he always makes me laugh. But you get caught up in the characters and the storyline, but you don't really see the message. What was the writer of the script trying to portray? And in the movie Free Guy, I believe what he was trying to portray was how the majority of people in America walk around like zombies, and they're not truly living. They're alive, but they're not truly living. And they're just in autopilot every day. They no longer have dreams. They no longer have aspirations. They no longer have goals. They no longer have this burning desire that a lot of us had as children to do all these wonderful things. We don't have that anymore, and we coast. We coast through life. Everybody works the job they don't like. Everybody doesn't have enough money to travel every week. Everybody is like struggling. Everybody is stressed out. So if we are all doing the same thing, then it's like you feel comfortable because everybody around you is experiencing the same thing. But that's because you choose to be around those people. Guess what? The people that I hang around, they're not living like that. And so that's why I don't live like that. But if I always was around people who were working jobs they hated, who were stressed out, who were miserable, who were doing all these things, and I would think would be normal because I had nothing else to compare it to, right? If I had nothing else to compare it to, then I think what I'm doing is normal and it's okay, but it's not okay. It's not okay to wake up every day and get dressed and go into a job that you don't like. It's not okay to get up every day and get dressed and work a job that you know barely pays the bills, and you're not living your dream, and you're frustrated. You literally, like, this is me. Let me tell you about me. This probably was not you, but if it is, you can relate. I literally, when I used to work jobs that I didn't like, I would literally plan in my mind the comeback lines that my manager was going to get today. Okay. Is that just me? I literally had them on standby. Like, I was waiting for her to come for me because it was like, listen, if you're going to come for me, I'm going to come for you. So before I started my day, I had a line ready. Like, if she says this, I'm coming like this. And they had to be good lines because they couldn't be too rude because I didn't want to get written up, but it had to be fiery enough that you could see my sauce. And so you would know if I saw you outside of here, it was going to go down. You know, I had to let you know. And so if you're working a job where you prepare your comeback lines before you go to work, maybe you shouldn't be there. Okay. Because that was definitely me. I was ready. Honey, I was ready. I was working jobs that when she left, we all was like, okay, what did she say to you? Oh, snap. Okay. So if that's what you're doing, maybe you shouldn't be doing that. Like, I was working jobs that before it was time to go to work, probably like an hour before, I was planning, like, how can I call out? Like, what line could I say? I can't call too early. If I call too early, then they're going to say, can you find somebody to replace you? You don't have time enough to figure it out. No, it had to be like last minute emergency. Okay. It had to be listen, I was working jobs where I would be like, okay, I need to go, I'm gonna have to figure out how can I call out today. Maybe if I go to the emergency room and fake to be sick, I'll get a sick letter and say, oh, I couldn't come into work today. You know, I was figuring out ways that I could make it to not go to work. Okay, if you're in that situation, we're figuring out ways, how can I call out? How can I not come in today? That means you're doing something you should not be doing. That means you're doing something that you should not be doing. If you get miserable Sunday evening, if you get miserable Sunday evening, it's not even Monday yet. It's not even Monday yet. But you're miserable Sunday evening, like, oh my God, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. That means you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing. That means that you're willingly, and it's not like someone has a gun to your head. It's not like, you're forcing, you are willingly subjecting yourself to being miserable. And maybe it's not even, maybe the job that you do, maybe it's not stressful. But I know a lot of people have jobs that they don't like. And maybe how many of you guys work the job? I've had jobs where I was so excited when I got it. Yes, score. And after like 3 weeks, I was like, wow, this is boring. I don't want to do this anymore. Right. And it's like, oh man, I got to do this. And you guys know what I'm talking about. How many of you guys, it's 6 o'clock now Eastern Standard. How many of you guys about an hour and a half ago was taking extra long trips to the water fountain, extra long trips to the bathroom? Okay. Because you were trying to, really get it close to that 5 o'clock so you can leave. Okay. How many of you guys said, well, it's basically 4:58. I'm basically done. Let's go. How many of you guys had that situation happening today? If you're that kind of person right now, that's happening, that means you don't really want to do what you're doing. Okay. If you're constantly looking at the clock and you're like, oh, 2 hours left. Oh, 3 hours left. Oh, 1 hour left. If that's you, you're not doing what you want to do. And that's the thing. A lot of us think that that's normal. We think that, everybody's doing it. Everybody's not doing it. Everybody is not doing it. Andrea's not doing it. Andrea, tell them. Andrea's not doing it. Okay. There are a lot of people who are not doing it. But if you don't see people who are not doing it, then you're going to think that this is the norm. You're going to think that, oh, this is pretty standard across the board. Now, let me fix this. Everybody's not doing it, but a lot of people are. A lot of people are, and I think it mainly comes from a lack of knowing, a lack of knowledge. And then even when you may know, because how many of you guys have heard me talk before, right? You may know, but some of you guys are just afraid. It's the fear. It's the fear of the unknown, right? It's the fear of the unknown. It's like, okay, I can start this notary business and I can make this jump, but what if? Right? And so the what if keeps you stuck because you're afraid and you don't know what's going to happen. But every day when you clock in, you're going to get a check, right? Every day when you clock in, that next Friday, you're going to get a check. And guess what happens? If you don't get a check that Friday, everybody's going to get it. Why? Because your job is secure. Hey, no, I work these 40 hours. Where is my check? I don't care where you have to get it from. You better rob Peter and pay Paul and give me my money. Because listen, how many of you guys, if you work your 40 hours and you don't get your check, it's going to be chitty, chitty, bang, bang, right? Right? Because you are secure in your job and knowing that someone else has to give you money and you can hold them accountable, right? But when you work for yourself, you have to hold yourself accountable and you don't truly trust yourself. So since you don't truly trust yourself, you'd rather work for someone else because if they don't pay you, you can blame them. But if you work for yourself, you have to hold yourself accountable and you have not been held accountable at all in life. Because no one teaches you how to hold yourself accountable. No one teaches you how to be in charge of yourself. Everyone, since you go to grade school, ever since you're in kindergarten, you're told what to do. You're told what to think. You're told how to think. You're told how to learn. How many of you guys had this example before? How many of you guys were ever like in a math class and you had a math problem and you solved it your way? You solved that problem your way, not the way the teacher told you to do it, but your way. And you showed your work. And that teacher came over and said, that work is wrong. You worked it out wrong. Even though you came to the right answer, they said, no, it's still wrong because you didn't work it out the way I said to work it out. So your whole life, you were told how to do things, how to think, how to perform. That way you would get an A, right? And so you were never given the freedom to see what you really could do. Even like if you're going to college and you pick a major, what do people usually say? Pick a major that's going to make money. Pick something that makes sense. Pick a safe job. Don't do this, do this. And so you're put into this box. You're following a map. You're following this like guide and they're like telling you what to do, but you're not thinking for yourself. You're literally doing what everyone is telling you to do, but you're not thinking, hey, Jacqueline, what do I really want to do? You don't even stop to think. You just follow what you've been told to do because they tell you to do your whole life. They tell you to pay taxes and you pay. You don't even know. You don't even know where your taxes is going to. You don't even know the taxes you're paying is right. You don't even know. You don't even know. Like how many things that we do every day, we just do it because we're supposed to do it, but we don't even know. We just follow the leader. We follow the leader in everything. We follow the leader in what we eat. We don't even know. Half the things that you buy in the grocery store, you don't even know what it is. But you buy it because your mom bought it. You buy it because your dad bought it. You buy it because everybody buys it. You don't even know what it is. You haven't even stopped to think about it. You want to open a checking account at your bank. You don't even know what's all comes in. You don't even know what the bank is doing with your money. You don't even know the fees that go along. You don't even know. You just said, well, everybody has a bank account, right? Like we just literally go through life doing what everybody says to do. And we don't even know. You just following the leader. You just following the leader. And it's just like, oh, well, this is what everybody's doing. Let's do it. You don't even stop to think and question and ask yourself, is this what I would love for all of you right now to sit down or stand up or continue driving, but ask yourself, is this what I truly want to do? And sometimes I do this, y'all, and sometimes it's hard to swallow. It's a hard pill to swallow. Sometimes I stop and think, and I think of 5-year-old, 4-year-old, 6-year-old Vanessa. And I think of how sweet and innocent and ambitious I was and all the things I want to do. And I stop and think, if she was standing right here, would she be proud of me? Ask yourself, take a minute and think if 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old Andrea was standing right here, would she be proud of you? Would she be like, man, we're killing it. We're doing awesome. Or would she look at you like, wow, that was like, you just sold out. Like, we're not doing nothing we're supposed to be doing. You just threw all our dreams in the trash. What would the 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old, even 8-year-old Andrea say if she saw you today? So many times we just forget, and it's not intentional. It's society, it's people. We forget what we truly want, and we're taught to put our true desires, our true ambitions, we're taught to put those on the back burner. We're taught that really caring about ourselves, wanting to live our dreams, being quote unquote selfish is a bad thing. We're taught that, if you just only think about yourself, that makes you a horrible person. We're taught that you need to grow up. Like, your dreams are for kids. Dreams are for kids, right? It's like, what is that cereal tricks are for kids? We're taught that dreams are for kids. Grow up, get a real job. I saw that on someone's post. They posted about their business and someone told them to get a real job. What exactly is a real job? And so I stopped for a minute and I thought about what that was. And I told the person, don't be upset. Don't be upset. The person who told you to get a real job, their minds are still closed. Their mind is still closed to think that working for someone, which is nothing wrong with it if you choose to, but the idea of being an employee to them is a real job. Well, what is the CEO or the owner of that company? What are they? Should they get a real job? I'm so confused. But it's your mindset. Should Jeff Bezos get a real job? Should Mark Zuckerberg get a real job? Should Oprah Winfrey get a real job? Should Tyler Perry get a real job? Like, what is a real job? What is that? That is the box that society put on your brain. That's what that is. That's the box that you were taught your entire K through 12 college life. Get a real job. Make sure you get those benefits. Don't even get me started on benefits. Okay. Make sure you get those benefits. And it's not to say, I'm not trying to pull down the whole smoke and mirror, but I heard someone relate the American society to the Wizard of Oz. The American society to the Wizard of Oz. And you know that guy sitting behind the curtain, and then That's what, like, I guess you can call the American government or the people who make the system. They're back there and they're like, all right, we're making it look good. Okay. All right, they're going for it. But really, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all smoke and mirrors. But if you never stop to really look at it, like really, it literally and some people may never see it. Some people will never see it. They may never see it. And sometimes I stop and I try to teach people and, say, hey, this or that. And they're like, what? And some people don't want to accept it. And that's why you should watch Free Guy. In Free Guy, the main character's best friend, the guy with the blue shirt, he was trying to get his best friend to come basically put the glasses on and wake up to see that he was in a video game and this is not the real life. He was trying to get him to experience real life, right? And like a real, like, wonderful experience. But the best friend, was so afraid because it was what he was used to, that even though he saw his friend, what seemed to be exhilarating, it seemed to be fun, he was so programmed in his mind that that's not what I've been taught. I'm not going to do it. I can't do it. And so you're going to have people like that who just can't get out of their programming because they've been programmed so heavy that they cannot even fathom making money. They can't even fathom making money by themselves. They can't even fathom making their own schedule. They can't even fathom traveling whenever they want to. They can't even fathom making thousands of dollars in a day. That idea to them is so beyond what they're able to comprehend, even though they see people. That's the thing. Even though they see people every day doing it, not their friends, not their family, but people. Every day you see people. And I say to people all the time, but it's so many millionaires all over the place. There are children millionaires all over the place. All over the place. And you see them. But for some reason in your mind, you don't feel like that can be you. What makes those people different than you? There is literally a guy, there is a man, successful, millionaire man, who public speaks, and he has no arms and no legs. Have you seen him? Let me show y'all who I'm talking about. Because the excuses that y'all have is like, I'm sorry, I don't understand. How many of you guys have ever seen the guy I'm talking about? And he speaks everywhere, and he's married. Some of y'all out here like, I can never find a spouse. This man has no legs and no arms. I'm going to tell you his name right now. Hold on. His name, Nicholas James. I'm not even going to pretend to know be able to pronounce his last name. I'm going to show you this man right now. Okay? Because some of y'all think I'm lying. And I want you to understand this is not a game. All of your excuses are about to go out the window. So if you got them, they're about to fly out. It's about to be a wrap. You ain't going to have nothing. This man right here, what I said, Nicholas James, is a millionaire, successful, motivational speaker, married. Y'all see his wife? I think that's his wife. Yeah, you see his wife and kids? He was born this way. Born this way. Born this way. But he didn't allow society and all the boxes to tell him what he couldn't do. This man that was born without legs and arms is a millionaire, married, with kids, living, traveling, doing amazing things. And you, with legs and arms, have convinced yourself that you can't do it. You've convinced yourself that all you can do is get up every day, get dressed, go to a job and make $15 an hour, come home, be stressed out, and do it again tomorrow. That is what you've convinced yourself. Because it's literally, this is the story that you're telling yourself. The story you're telling yourself is, this is all I can do. And when you stop and think about it, really? What is your excuse? I would love to know. And he's not the only one. There's another lady, I think she's deaf and blind. She's deaf and blind. And she's a motivational speaker. How is she deaf and blind and is still a motivational speaker? Killing it. killing it. What's your story? I'm trying to understand. And that's not the only one. There's so many people out there who have overcome adversity. And I'm not comparing. I never say that one person's trial or one person's, problem is, bigger than someone else's, because we all handle things differently. What I'm saying is that you're not the only one. You're not the only one who has had things happen to them. You're not the only one. You're not the only one who has had whatever it is. But you got to get up. And no one's going to pick you up. I can sit here and motivate you all day, but guess what? I'm not in your house. I can't call each and every one of you and say, what are you doing today? I'm going to hunt you down. What you doing today? I can't do that. I can't. But you have to ask yourself, why am I telling myself that all I can do is this? And we talk about this in Empire Builder. Sometimes it's the programming in your mind. Maybe someone told you that all your life. Maybe someone told you this is all you can be. And then you made it a part of who you are, but you can take that off. You're not a tree. You can move. You can do whatever you want to do. You literally can. But it's what you choose to do. It's the story you tell yourself. That's what it is. Whatever the story is that you're telling yourself, that's the life you're going to live. If you tell yourself you can only work for $20 an hour or $15 an hour or whatever that is, if you tell yourself that this job is pretty decent, I don't like it, but it pays the bills and that's all I can do, then that's the life you're going to live. Period. But if you ever get to the point where you change your story and you say, hey, maybe, just maybe, I can have more than what I have right now. Maybe, just maybe, Jeff Bezos is just a man like I'm a man. Or maybe, just maybe, Oprah's a woman like I'm a woman. Maybe, just maybe, all these millionaires out here are people just like me. And maybe, just maybe, I can do something different. Some of you guys want to be a 6-figure notary signing agent, right? What makes you different from me? Ask yourself that. I'm a 6-figure notary signing agent. I started 2014 and I successfully made 6 figures every year from 2016 on. What makes me different from you? Honestly, what makes me different? What makes me different from you? I have eyes, you have eyes. I have a brain, you have a brain. I have arms and legs, you have arms and legs. You can talk, I can talk. We both can write. We both can stamp papers. What makes me different from you? Why is it that I can do it, but for some reason you have made up in your mind you can't do that? Honestly, I would love for you to answer the question so I can help you think it through. Some of you guys say, well, I'm afraid. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? That's what I want. I never really understood that. I can understand jumping out of a plane because you're afraid to smack the ground and die. You're afraid of printing off papers and taking them to someone's house and getting them to sign them because you're afraid you might miss signatures. That's not even something big to be afraid of. If you miss the signature, just go back and get the signatures, and then you go back and then you send the docs off. You're afraid of having to make 2 trips. That's literally what you're saying. I'm afraid of making 2 trips. Or is it that I'm afraid that I'm going to look stupid? I've heard that before. I'm afraid I'm going to look stupid. You're not afraid you're going to look stupid. That's not it. You might think that's what it is, but you're not afraid that you're going to look stupid. What it is it's like you're not afraid you're going to look stupid. You're seeking validation, which means that you're lacking self-confidence in yourself. Does that make sense? When I go to a loan closing, if I miss a signature and someone tells me, or someone asks me a question I don't know, I don't feel stupid. I feel like you didn't know either. We both didn't know. Let's find out together. You're not going to know everything. It's okay. It's okay. No, guess what? Guess what I found out? Guess what I found out? Nobody knows everything. Get out of town. Nobody knows everything. But guess what? If you don't make the decision to change your life will never change. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Guess what? If you continue to give every day and go to the job that you don't like, you're going to do it for the rest of your life. I don't know what you're waiting for. Are you thinking that maybe someone's going to come in with a car, they're going to pull up like Batman and say, hey, I found the greatest opportunity for you. All your clients are here. All you do is show up. I don't know what are we waiting for? And then we keep saying, well, I want to wait for the right time. I want to do this. Like, you're making excuses. What are you waiting for? I'm so confused. I really am. I will tell you that I want to go back to my point of I am no different from you. I started no different than a lot of you guys started. Okay. Y'all know I said I started from the bottom. Now I'm here. Okay. Got it out the mud. And I've said my story. I've said my story quite a few times. I said my story on my personal page a few times, and I've said it in different areas on here. I didn't even finish college. I didn't graduate college. I was very smart in high school, though. I'll give you that. But I had a lot of trials, tribulations my whole life. A whole lot. Stay tuned for the book because it's coming out. I went through so much, and especially when I got into being a notary signing agent, like I wasn't rich. I was working at Qdoba. I started at Qdoba making $7.25, honey. That means if you're making $7.25, between $7.25 and $8, that means you're rotating which bills are going to be disconnected. That's what that means. In America, that's what that means. And so that's what I was doing. All right, this one got disconnect notice. This one doesn't. We can pay this month. Then you go to the next month. All right, this one disconnect notice. We can pay this month. That's what that means. And so I was struggling. I went through probably like 5 hoopties. If you don't know what a hoopty is, that means that's a car about to break down. Okay. I was driving cars that you probably shouldn't have been driving. I had a mechanic one time tell me my car is not safe for the road. He was so serious. He was like, I honestly do not think you should drive this car. But I was like, I have to go to work. What do you want me to do? You know what I mean? Like I had a car one time that was not going over 30 miles an hour. No, it wasn't. I drove my emergency lights on. Y'all better go around. Okay. Listen. So I'm telling you, like it was, I didn't have a leg up. I didn't have, anybody like, oh, here's your inheritance. No, I found being a notary online. And I shot my shot. What's the worst that can happen? I'm already broke. I don't be broke. I'm already poor. I'm be po-po. Like, what? I don't understand. What's the worst that can happen? Right? And so you said you was hood. Honey, I was hood. Okay, listen, cut it out. Okay, listen, when y'all hear my stories, I can tell you about a little something. So my friends and my family, they know I am the queen of all extensions. I will get you out of anything, okay? I can finagle any system, okay? But that's because I had to learn all the tricks of the trade. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I used to get my license suspended because I didn't have money to pay my car insurance. They changed the law now, thank goodness. But it was a point where I couldn't pay my car insurance. And in Virginia, if you don't have car insurance, you have a finance vehicle, that is a crime, essentially. And you get fined or you get your license suspended. And so how many of y'all ever had your license suspended? Okay, because DMV doesn't play those games, right? So when your license gets suspended, you have to pay a reinstatement fee of like $500. Ma'am, I didn't have money for car insurance. Listen, okay? You have to pay $500 to get your license reinstated on top of what else you had to pay. So you had to get your insurance put back on, turn it into DMV. So you probably had to put out like $1,000 if you didn't have money for car insurance. And that's one thing that I was saying that you'd be surprised how many people prior to the governor changing the law, I think it was this year or last year, were incarcerated because they didn't have car insurance on their car. I didn't get incarcerated because I never got caught in it as many times. But there are people, not anymore because they changed it, were sitting in jail for being poor. You were going to jail because you were too poor to put car insurance on your car. Are you serious? And so from after getting my license suspended 3, 4, 5 times, right? Because I put the car insurance on, but then 2, 3 months down the road, it'll get cut off again, right? And then here we go back to DMV. Then I found if you go on the DMV website, you can actually get a payment plan because a lot of people didn't know. They don't tell you. They don't tell you when you go to DMV, oh, we have a payment plan. They don't tell you. It's in small print on the bottom of the website. Right? This is what I'm talking about. They don't tell you. And now I see people all the time like, oh, they have a payment plan. You could get them a payment plan for that. And then you only have to pay $25 a month versus $500, $600. You can pay $25 a month and get your license reinstated on the spot. But that took me getting it suspended a bunch of times to figure out, oh, and that's when I really started to read all of the fine print because I got frustrated. Okay. And so I was reading every contract because I was like, this gotta be something going on. Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like I started, listen, where I came from, listen. And it took me finding out about being a notary. And so that's why when I talk to you guys, I'm not talking to you like, I really feel like I'm trying to tell you that this is a way that you can make money. You don't have to go to college. You just have to be 18. Take the training. Do what the training says, implement the steps, make the money, change your life. Like, and I think people that are afraid is probably because you don't want it bad enough. Like, when you gotta do something, maybe that was my thing. I had to find some money because I was tired of being broke. I was tired of being broke. And so I had to make money. You know what I mean? And I had a daughter, so I had to provide. Like, listen, the stories is crazy, but we're not gonna do that right now, okay? And so I had to figure it out. And so I didn't have room to be afraid. Maybe some of you guys have room to be scared. Maybe you have enough breathing room that you have space for fear. And that's why you're not making those leaps because you have some room to breathe. But I guarantee you, if you had the lockdown on you, okay, and you didn't have enough wiggle room, the fear wouldn't be there anymore. Because when you have no room to breathe, okay, and it's like them or me, there's no room for fear. And it's like, all right, let's do this. Let's get it. But that's what it usually takes. A lot of people don't make those leaps of faith and they don't take those actions. They call it leaps of faith, but really it's you don't take actions for yourself because you don't want it bad enough. So I can sit here until 10 o'clock at night and tell you why you should be a notary and why if you hate your job, go take this training, use this promo code, you're going to save some money. I can sit here all day, but if you don't want it for you, you're not going to do it. If you don't want to change your life, then you're not going to do it. If you feel comfortable enough being miserable, people are genuinely comfortable being miserable. Like they're so used to it, they wear their misery like a necklace. Like what? That's people that's irritated. That's what that is. People that's walking around always got a nasty attitude. That's because they're miserable. But they chose that. And so if you choose it, you get used to it and you stay there. And you stay there. My training is so simple. Like dead serious. I'm not even playing. I might do this just for y'all. I can teach my 9-year-old to be a loan closer. She can't do it legally, but I guarantee you I could show her, take this course. I'll have her take the course. Let her do a practice exam. I bet you she pass it. My 9-year-old. It's not hard. It's never been hard. The process of being a notary signing agent was never hard. You overcomplicated it in your mind because you wanted it to be hard because you wanted an excuse not to do it. But it was never hard. It was never a really complicated process. It wasn't. But you made it hard. So that way you can say, oh, I don't know. I don't know what a seller side closing looks like. So I'm not going to take this signing yet. I don't know how to fill out this notarization, so I'm not going to take it yet. No, you're making excuses. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. It's really not. It's really not. It's harder trying to figure out how to pay your bills every month than it is to be a notary signing agent. I'm sorry, I'm not coming for you. No shade. No shade. I had to do that before. I had to be real creative. Okay. I had to brainstorm. Okay, this is not hard. It's not. It's a step. It's just a step. It's you investing in yourself. And then literally, how many of you guys took my training? How many of you guys, if you've taken my training, no lie, I would love for you to just put in the comments when you took the training, how much money you're making right now. Was it hard? Was it harder than you thought it was, or was it easier? Are you upset with yourself that you took so long to do it? Honestly. Because people need to see that. If they don't see it, then they don't believe it. And they might think that I'm just sitting here just blowing smoke, and they're gonna be like, yo, she's probably lying, yada yada yada. But everybody's not lying. Everybody can't be lying. We all lying. We all in this together. It's cahoots. And it's not just my training. That's the thing. Like people say, it's not just me. There's like 5 other training programs out there. There's people all over the internet doing it. So it's not just me. It's not just me. I just don't like, I don't know. And all I do is come on here every day or as often as I can and try to motivate you guys. I'm either coming on here to educate you, to teach you something, because I love teaching people. I honestly love people. If people, my coaches ask me, what do you love doing every day? If you could do it every day, what would you do? I love people. That's my thing. If you put me in a room with no people, I'll be miserable. I love talking to people. I love interacting with people. I love people's vibes. I just love people. And so that's why I like being a notary signing agent, because I like to meet people's houses. I do. I love meeting so many people. It's fun. I don't think I would sit down and do remote online notaries every day because it's on a computer screen. I want to talk to people in real life. So that's why I love what I do. I love teaching people how to do. And then I love when I get to people's success. Like that, especially when people like hate their jobs and then they quit and they're like, oh my God, I'm doing it. And it's like they're like baby birds in the nest. And they're like, you sure I can do it? You sure I can do it? And I'm like, girl, jump. And then they jump. They're like, oh my God, I'm flying. And it's like, oh, snap, me too. Right? And so it's like this really cool vibe. And I love that for people. It honestly, and I just tell people all the time, my first thing, because it saved me. Being a notary saved me. You know what I mean? It gave me money. You know what I'm saying? It gave me money. I'm telling you, when I first started making money as a notary, I was showing my behind. I'm not lying. I was acting brand new. I forgot how to cook. I'm so serious. I cooked no meals. Okay. Every day we was going out somewhere. I forgot how to cook. I'm not even playing. Okay. I was acting brand new. Me and my daughter was in the store. I'm not even kidding. We'll be in the store. She'll be like, Mommy, can I have this? I'll be like, throw it in the cart. I didn't even look at the price tag. That was me. I was acting brand new. But it saved my life. And then I had to grow up because I'm not even gonna lie, I was financially illiterate. I didn't understand money. And so that's why they say you can make a whole lot of money, right? But you can lose it. How many people have you seen hit the lottery and broke by next year? You can make a whole lot of money, but if you don't know what to do with it, you're right. You can make a whole lot of money, but if you don't understand how to use money, you can be broke again. Okay, so I had to learn how to handle money, how to make my money work for me. And the way I was raised was like when money came in, money was given you to spend, right? And I was just spending it like on anything, like anything I think of, right? When we went out to eat, it was appetizers, meals, and dessert all day. Listen, and I think I need a takeout because I don't want to cook. Okay. And so the majority of my money, I'm not even gonna lie, I was going out to eat. I forgot how to cook. Right? I forgot how to cook. I was acting whole brand new. Listen, it was a whole situation. I'm not kidding. But then I grew up. I got a little financially literate. Stop blowing my money. Okay. But that happens. It's expected. If you broke and somebody gives you some money, you probably gonna act a fool for a second, but just don't do it too long. Like, I just take a little bit, go a little crazy, and then shake it off. Shake it loose. Come on, wake up. Okay? Listen. But yeah, seriously, you can definitely do it. Okay? Now, I ain't gonna keep ranting and raving on here because I hope I made my point. I hope I got into your earlobes. I hope I did. I hope that you learned something. Now, I want you to go over to notarytonotary.com. This is what you're going to do if you're ready. I hope you're ready. If you're not ready, it's okay. I'm going to work with you like spaghetti. Okay, that rhyme, that's why I said it. I apologize. Okay, so you're going to learn how to become a six-figure notary signing agent. Okay, you can do that through general notary work, loan closing, and or e-notary. I say e-notary because you can't do it in every state. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to go over there. Stop thinking. You're thinking too much. As soon as I said go over there, now all these things came into your head. Go where? What I got to do? How I know it's legit? What? I don't think I have money for that. Listen, if I told you I'm about to give you an all-expense pack, well, if I told you I'm about to give you a vacation to Hawaii for 10 days, all you got to pay is $500. You be like, sign me up. I don't have it, but let me call my Uncle Ray. Can he come? He can come too. You can come too, and you would find it. We find money for what we put value into. Okay. If I told you, honey, listen, Idris Elba is outside. He said he would have dinner with us if we just paid him $500. You'll be like, hold on, mama. Idris Elba is outside. He gonna come inside for dinner. We just got to give him $500. Okay. I don't know who y'all like. Listen, I don't know who you like, but whoever that person is, replace it with Idris Elba. Okay. Whoever that is, listen. Okay. If I told you, that's the thing. It's the motivation. It's like, and that's the thing. If I told you it's something different, you'll be like, oh, I got it. I'm going to get it. Hold on. Because I get paid tomorrow. I can move the money from here to here. And then I think we can make this work. But if you don't see the value in it, if it's not something that a lot of us, we don't see the value in investing in ourselves. We don't see the value in investing in ourselves. We see the value in buying nice clothes. We see the value in eating, out for dinner. You said, how long did you go crazy? Girl, I've been crazy. I think I might have been born crazy. Okay. We see the value in different things, but for some reason, we don't see the value in investing in ourselves. I do. Listen, that's why I'm going to Eric Thomas's conference tomorrow. That's why I paid for the VIP package, because I know I'm going to get my money back threefold, fivefold, tenfold. Honey, fix me. That's what I've been saying the whole week. Everybody like, you going to Eric Thomas? I'm like, yeah, I need him to fix me, please. Please fix me. Because at the end of the day, I know whatever I paid, I know I'm going to learn how to make way more than that. I'm not even worried about that, sweetheart. Okay? Listen. But I learned how to invest in myself. And so that's why I don't even think about it. I could have put that money somewhere else. Trust me. You better bet it. You better bet it. I could have definitely put that money somewhere else. But I'm putting it here so I can make a return on my investment. So I can make my money back. A lot of people who do my course make their money back within a month. And the thing is, if you go over to notarytonotary.com, you can do a payment plan and you can split it in half. You paying $265 and then put the promo on top of it. Stop playing. If you don't have $200, honey, you need to take my course. That's a problem. I'm not coming for you. I'm being honest. Okay. If you don't have $200, you need to take my course, because what you're doing right now is not working. If it was working, you'd have money saved, and it's not working. I'm just being honest. Now, you might say, well, what if I don't want to be a notary? Well, you're on Notary to Notary's channel, so I'm assuming you want to be a notary. But if you want to be an artist or if you want to be a mechanic, I can't teach you that. But I'm assuming because you're here, you're interested. And so if you're interested, then take the training. And if you don't have $200 to invest, then that should tell you something. That maybe, just maybe, what I'm doing right now is not working. It's not working. I said to somebody else the other day, a lot of people don't even have enough money to die. You don't even have enough money to die. You can die, but what are you gonna do with your body? Your body will be sitting in the morgue. You didn't have enough money to die. That didn't make sense. That makes no, think about that. You barely have enough money to live and you didn't have enough money to die. Don't even get me started on life insurance. Y'all not ready for that. Y'all not ready. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. I ain't going to put too much on you that you can't bear today. I'm going to give you a little bit and then ease off of the brakes a little bit. And I'm going to come back a little harder because I don't want you to get complacent. Okay, but I don't want to push you too hard. Okay, and then you run away. I don't want to push you too hard. Okay, now I push my empire builders because I want them to have more. And this is where I really can dig in deep and I can call them out and all their stuff. You know what I mean? But right now, I'm just saying what we're going to do. We can do it together if you want to. You want to do it together? We can do it together. We're going to go to notarytonotary.com. You're going to use this promo code. You're going to use promo code POWER. Okay, because I want you to find some power. You need to get some power back in your life. You let everybody else tell you what to do. You let everybody else run over you, but you ain't going to take care of yourself. Everybody else get a say in your life but you. Everybody else get to tell you what to do in your life but you. So you can use promo code POWER. Okay. You can get the all-inclusive, or you even got to get the all-inclusive. I'm going to give you the cheapie of the cheap. You ready? You can go to notarytonotary.com. You're going to click on that notary signing agent. Okay. Now, when you get the notary signing agent, what you can do, if you really strap for cash, you can split it up. It'll let you do part 1 or part 2 separately. I recommend part 1, okay, first. Why? That teaches you general notary work. You can make cash right now. Well, after you get your commission. You can make cash right now, reinvest it, build, okay, with little to no money. Like, you probably end up putting whatever it costs to get your commission in your state and then your notary stamp. Boom. General notary work on deck, making money, lit. Let's get it, right? You could do that. If you use that promo code, you paying $70. If you don't have $70, you can't even get a pair of Jordans. Wait, Jordan's like $150, ain't it? I'm just kidding. But for real, if you don't even have $70, you can't even get a pair of Jordans. You can't even. What else is $70? You can't even go to King's Dominion. King's Dominion is an amusement park in Virginia. You can't even go to Busch Gardens. Hold on. You can't even pay your phone bill. Where is my phone? I was looking for it. My phone is doing something. I can see my notifications. But yeah, you could do that. And you could just start there. You start where you are. Start where you just start. Just start. Please. Just start. Just do a little something. You ain't got to do a whole lot. Just do a little bit. Okay? Just take the first step. That's it. Just say, you know what? And do you know what? There is a 30%. If you are in a situation, you're supposed to commit, right? It actually increases your chances of following through, like by 70%, I think they say, if you commit in the moment. Or you might say, I'm going to do it later. We all know what that means, right? I'm going to do it later. That means it ain't never going to get done. It's not. It's not. You can't even get one Jordan. Corey, no. You can't even get one Jordan. Now you can't even get the shoelace. I'm sorry. All right, real quick. And now I want to do something real funny, okay? All right, you have the notary training. Guys, if you're already a notary, go to Notary Directory USA and put your business listed on there. Okay, I'm going to do a training on that tomorrow too. But list your business, Notary Directory USA, on there. Make sure you get listed. Put your pictures up there. We're sharing this listing out with all the mortgage industry leaders, title companies, lawyers. If you want to be found, this is what you need to do. Okay. When I go out to Eric Thomas tomorrow and they say, oh, you got notaries, I'm going to say on deck. On time notary. Check out my directory, Notary Directory USA. Listen. Okay. But if you're not listed, spaghetti-o. Okay. Promo code POWER, 30% off. You can also get on the one-on-one coaching. Do you need me to hold your hand? I can hold your hand. Angel and I will hold your hand. We'll walk you through that thing. What's your excuse now? Stop. Somebody said you can't even get the box for the Jordans. Listen. I'm just saying. Elaine is listed because she's about her business. Elaine is about her business. So she got listed. Are you listed? Get listed. What are you doing? If you get off of here and turn on that necklace, I'm gonna come to your house and turn it off. That's what I'm gonna do. You wasting time. That's what you're doing. Now cut it out. We done talked about this. We done talked about it. You're lollygagging around and you're wasting time. Okay? NotaryDirectoryUSA.com. List your business. You're gonna learn how to make 6 figures by going to notary.com. Promo code POWER. Okay? Y'all got this? We got this together? We ready? All right, now do me this favor real quick. Oh, wait, you know what? I was thinking about it and we can't even do it. Oh, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. I saw this video on TikTok. It made me laugh. We're going to end this off with this, okay? All right, y'all. This is what I need y'all to do. On the count of 3, I need y'all to make the face you make when somebody tell y'all something that don't make no sense. Okay? On the count of 3, I want y'all to make the face that you make when somebody tell y'all something that don't make no sense. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3. It's funny because everybody does the same face. What? You be like, what? What is that? Why we do that? What? We're all connected. We're all in this together. All right, y'all. I'm not going to hold y'all long. I'm about to catch a flight in the morning. Listen, I got TSA pre-checked. If you have not been TSA pre-checked, go and do that now. It's only like $60, $75. You don't have to take your shoes off in the airport. Some of y'all don't travel. Y'all need to fix that. You haven't seen anything outside your backyard. That's a problem. That's why you're scared of everything, because you haven't seen anything. You need to go and get your passport. You're playing games. Get your passport. Even if you don't go out of the country, travel. Go see something. Go see something. Go see something, please. But yeah, I done got my TSA pre-check. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but TSA is a whole situation. They almost had me lose my mind a couple times. Like, you know when you going, I'm gonna let y'all go. Hold on. You know when you going through the checkout, little thing, and you slide everything through, and they be like, okay, make sure everything out, your tablets, your cords and stuff, and you take stuff out. Y'all know I got kids, and so they be sliding stuff in their bags that I didn't know was there. And so stuff will go through, and they be like, oh ma'am, it's something in there. I say, okay, what's that? Oh, it's a tablet. Okay, you gonna have to go back through. Why? You see it's a tablet. It's just protocol. Why? You see it's a tablet. You're holding it in your hand. I know, but you got to go back through. That makes no sense to me. Okay. And so you go back through, and then you go through again. They're like, oh, it's something else in there. Ma'am, listen, we already done did this. One time I had to go back through that thing. The lady was being real nasty, but she sent me through that thing like 5 times. Listen, I was standing beside this young man. He had to be like 16. Right? No, I tell no lies. I was coming out of Atlanta. She better not be there when I come back. Okay. The guy was standing there, had to be like 16-year-old, and I was taking my stuff out. She was giving me a hard time. Okay. And so she was like, your bags didn't go through or whatever. And so she was like, you can't have that. It was this little, some kind of cosmetic or whatever. And she was like, your toiletries can't be over 4%. Your toiletries can't be over 4 ounces. And he was standing there and he was like dead serious, like because she just put his stuff down. Little boy, like 16. He was like, what's a toiletry? Now I know what y'all thinking. Where was his mama? Not the point. He was standing there like, well, what's a toiletry? And she was like, didn't answer him, just stared at his face. And so I'm looking at her and I was like, a toiletry is similar to cosmetics. So like lotions, deodorants, perfumes, things like that. So that would be this item here. Let's look at it. Oh, it's 6 ounces. So you can't put that on a plane, but you can put it in the trash can right over there. You couldn't do that. That's what I was thinking in my mind. I ain't say that you couldn't do that part because I still need to get through the line. And I ain't want her to give me a hard time. But this is what I'm saying, because TSA is having a whole situation sometimes. And they just like, yeah. And then like when you get out, y'all know I got a lot of kids. Okay. So when we get out of the thing and they finish tearing all your luggage apart, they want you to pick it all up real fast and get out of the way. No, we're not doing that. I'm clear now, right? I'm good. I'm going to take my time and pack up all of my stuff. Listen, TSA gives me a whole situation. And they like, ma'am, we got to keep the line moving. Well, you should have took all my stuff out, sir. What you should do is have somebody here for repacking. That's what we need. You need to hire more staff to repack all my things because you want me to get out the line, but you just, sir, I know you see I have 4 suitcases. How am I supposed to pack this all up in 20 seconds? But it's okay because tomorrow I don't have to go through that. That's why I paid for the TSA pre-check. So that way I don't have to take my luggage through there. No, sir, because now I'm approved by the TSA and they don't have to check me no more. See, once you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, that, my friend, is when you make some changes. So when you get sick and tired of your job and being broke and the stress and your manager, then you'll make the change. And so I got sick and tired of the TSA. And so that's when I said, let me get TSA pre-check because I'm done with them. Okay? It's the truth. It is the honest truth. But that is all. That is it. You said, how are you, Martin Lawrence? Listen. Okay, it was a whole situation, but we're going to let it slide today. We're going to let it slide today. All right, now, I have to get ready to skedaddle. I have to get on out of here now because I have work to do. I need to build. I am working, I am building, and I am getting ready for Atlanta. So my friend, will see you mañana. Yes, I will. And if you're in Atlanta, I might see you tomorrow. I just might because I'm doing a little meetup with some of the students. So make sure you DM me so I can tell you where we're going to meet at so we can have us a good old time. But right now, I'm going to bid you adieu and a happy signing. Yeah. You know who that reminds me of? My favorite influencer. Miss Tabitha Brown. Yes, I love her story. If you have not seen her story, it is absolutely amazing. And she is living her dreams right now. Outside of everybody who talked all kinds of foolishness about her whole life. She is acting. She is acting. She is doing her thing. And that's why I said, you can do anything you want to do once you decide. There is power in your choices. Let's see what you decide today. Okay? I will see you mañana. Until next time, happy signing. Do 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 do.